What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TickPod channel, where we cover a little bit of Arc Raiders intel here. And I know today is a little behind. We have Ermal back for week 2 with a refresh in his market. And like I said, I know I'm behind, but I did want to touch on it just to get our opinion on what we're looking at. So let's take a look here. So we have, you go over to the traders tab again and head down to the nomadic envoy. You can see what he's got this week. And just like every week, he will have the services, which is the stash expansion, which gives you 12 extra slots for your inventory. And if your inventory management's rough, please keep going for that. It'll give you at least a little bit of relief. And then my big thing is the expedition vault, which if you plan on doing the expedition, this is big because I do think it is nice to start off your character with something fresh. So give him something easy to slap on to help him out in his early life as a new raider, because his skills and his skill tree are definitely not quite there yet. So give him a little bit of an advantage. So, all right. So what we have for the weekly offers, I'm just going to hover over them real quick before I pull up the graphic. Cavalier, the Space Wrench, the Bucket, the Vita Shot Blueprint, some Power Rods, a Kinetic Converter, a Tempest 3, and the Raider tokens. Now let's take a look real quick. We'll just pull up the graphic. And these are all the weekly offers, and I know I just hovered over them, but this is a pretty good breakdown. They put this on their website every week. So for the Cavalier outfit, 200 low tier arc parts, which since they're low tier, definitely more manageable, but it does seem kind of expensive still for an outfit. I hope that they kind of adjust that in the future. Now, one thing I do like for the Space Wrench, they're offering, for you to get fossilized lightning, safety vest, and rusted tools. So that is something that I think is a little bit more manageable, especially if you like, having a wide variety of tools to breach with. I would recommend that. And I like that they're adding that kind of currency instead of it just being the tier arc parts. The next thing is the backpack attachment bucket. 100 tier low tier arc parts, 100k low tier arc parts. Manageable. If I didn't already own it, I'd probably go for that one. The next big one, which again last week I did not achieve it, but they have this week the Vita Shop Blueprint. I think the blueprints are always going to be good. They are just very expensive. If you have the time, if you have the parts, if you're out there killing matriarchs and queens and terrorizing the place, then yeah, I definitely would cop these, especially if something you use. I don't use a Vita Shop very often, but if you have the materials for it, I think is a good one. The next big one, which again I would never trade my ducks, but to get 3 power rods, especially because they're very useful in crafting, 3 ducks, definitely a good price. I recommend going for this one. You can grab 3 of them. Just jump into a bird city. I'm sure you can get these ducks pretty quickly. The next is a kinetic converter for 100k low tier arc parts. The next is the Tempest 3 for 50k. And then the final thing, which I think we need to talk about, is the Raider tokens. You get 25 of them, and it's 150k high tier arc parts. Not very valuable. It is nice that they're offering, again, I think, like I said last week, some real life currency to earn in game, but that's a pretty hefty price to earn them. I think Embark might need to look at that and scale that just a wee bit. Now, the biggest thing we were looking at, and we talked about this on the podcast this week, is that there needs to be a new system in place for Ermal's currency. He takes up a lot of space if you're trying to save up the money to buy these things. I know somebody broke down how many slots you would need in order to purchase some of these things. I'm thinking that they should have a currency that you can trade them in as you go, and they can pop it up here in your top right corner. And then my co-host, the best, he always has me on the podcast every week. It's Coda, mentioned, how about a layaway system where you can take those arc parts, pass them off to Ermal, and he holds on to them until you're able to purchase something. And the longer they sit in there, well, Ermal seems kind of shady. His group doesn't seem very, honest. Maybe after a while, you start to lose some of those things, like they take out some interest on you. So I think that's a great option. If you guys have any other insight on what they could do to make this a little bit more manageable of a vendor, leave a like and a comment and let us know what you think. I appreciate you sticking with me, and sorry for the delay on the post. We will be a little bit quicker with these in the future weeks. I just really enjoy doing them. So thanks for sticking around, and I will talk to you guys soon. Later.